What's that?
It's a book of scary stories.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Redefine Our Prime. I'm Ron, and introducing my extremely beautiful fiancee, Jamie.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Jamie.
Chris will not be joining us today because he was too much of a chicken to go see a scary movie. So Jamie and I went on a date night, and in case you're interested, Jamie has a YouTube channel of her own, Jamie Fechtmoller.
I do.
The link will be in the description below, so if you'd like, check her out. And also, as always, if you would like to subscribe to our channel, we really appreciate it. We're almost at 100 subscribers, so any subscriptions could help, and we'll give you quality content. Okay, so, Jamie, let's talk about scary stories to tell in the dark.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right, so the plot. The plot is a bunch of kids, they're trick-or-treating, and they get chased by some bullies, and they end up in this haunted house when they're running away, and in the basement they find a book full of scary stories. Now, I thought this was going to be an anthology. Like, I thought this was going to be like 5 stories in one. And because I love anthologies, I love Creep Show. I love Tales from the Crypt. And that's how I pitched it to you. So at this point in the film, everyone's in the basement. They have a scary book. And you think they're going to start telling stories, and then the movie's just going to divide into a couple separate stories, right?
Yep.
Is that what happened?
Nope.
No, what happened, Jamie?
Bad things.
So basically, what ended up happening was the scary stories in the book started coming to life.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, kind of like the Goosebumps movie.
I never saw that movie.
Yeah, well, I did, and you were too scared to read the books when you were a kid, right?
I was too much of a chicken. I never read the books.
Yeah, well, no, I read the books, and I knew the books, so when the stories came out of the book, I got what was happening. I'd be like, oh, there's Slappy from Night of the Living Dummy, and I knew what was going on. But in this, I didn't know any of these stories. So when they were coming to life, I didn't know the significance of it. It was really hard to follow. And I know this was a book when I think we were kids. I really didn't get into it, though, so I don't know too much about it. So if anybody who's a fan of the books growing up, please comment below and let us know what we get wrong. But I couldn't get into it. I really couldn't.
I felt like there was just no character development. You really didn't feel a connection to any of the characters. And on top of that, just not really knowing these stories. I had no attachment to any part of this movie whatsoever. They tried to make you feel things for the characters. Like, there was one point where you're finding out that the mother of one of the girls, like
Stella, right? The main character?
Stella, yeah.
Right.
So Stella's mom apparently left her family when she was really young, and like she's crying on the phone to her dad, and her dad's crying, saying it's not her fault. And I'm like, well, why did she think it was her fault? Like, you didn't give me any backstory for me to really sympathize or empathize with them in any way.
No, absolutely. And her dad was no other than Dean Norris from Breaking Bad, and let me tell you something, they kind of underused him, didn't they? He really had nothing to do.
No,
He just kind of sat home and talked to her on the phone.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad for him,
yeah.
You know, because it wasn't good. But another point that I really didn't like was I feel like they ripped off Haunting of Hill House. So if you guys saw The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, it was like a limited series. Basically, they rip off the part where Nellie is kind of in the house and she's seeing it all vibrant and like it used to be, but it's really like dark and deserted and spiderwebs everywhere, but she doesn't see it that way. They ripped that off completely, like to a T.
It even looked like Hill House.
It did. It really did. It really reminded me of like a really like sad version of Hill House.
Yeah.
They also ripped off the Red Room. They
actually said Red Room,
it
right?
was called the Red Room, which I was just like dumbfounded. I was like, are they really like, oh, they're going there. They're really ripping this off. So for me, that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. But other than that, I mean, I really just didn't enjoy it at all. And it was a very long movie.
It was long. And like you said before with the characters, I didn't have any connection to any of the characters. I remember Stella, and I think one of the boys, there was a couple boys, one of his name was Chuck, and he was, I think that was him, yeah, and he's supposed to have like this quirky sense of humor.
Okay, we saw it. Should we go now? Who ordered the chicken?
Yeah.
like one of the It kids or something, but it just every joke fell flat. I was like, you're just weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, that's not funny. And then there was this other character, I think his name was Ramen, something like that.
Ramen.
And ramen, like ramen noodles. I didn't want to say it because I was like, is that really his name?
Wait, was it Ramon?
Might have been, but it's like that forgettable. Now this takes place in the 60s, and they kept going back to the fact that he was Mexican and people discriminating against him. Now I know that discrimination against Mexicans was very common back then, but it didn't propel the story whatsoever.
No. It's so bizarre that the cop in the movie kept kind of referring back to Ramon Ramen being discriminated against and like his past or something.
Yeah,
and
which we never got to find out really.
no, it like you said, it didn't propel the story forward. It didn't add anything. It honestly just fell flat in so many ways. People were walking out of the theater.
Yeah, there were people who actually walked out, but that's funny because on Rotten Tomatoes it's not doing too terribly.
Really?
It's got about a 70-something with critics and it's got an 80-something with fans. Yeah. It does, and I really wanted to give this movie the benefit of the doubt, but it wasn't even scary to me. And
no, I was really excited for it. I haven't seen like a super scary movie, a new scary movie in a while, so I was really excited for like our date night to be like spooky.
I know. We got to wait for it.
Yeah. Oh,
It
I
Chapter
can't
2.
wait.
Yeah.
But it wasn't scary at all. Like people were laughing at how not scary it was.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you recommend this?
Personally, I can't recommend it just because it's approximately 2 hours of our lives that we're never going to get back, and I don't think it was worth it.
Yeah, I don't really recommend it either. If you were a fan of the books, you might have some liking with it, but nah, I don't recommend it. So anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. If you like Jamie and you want to see her come back, we will be glad to have her back. And also, please subscribe to her channel or check out her channel, like her channel. She's awesome. She's a way better YouTuber than me.
No, stop it. And it's totally different. I do makeup, so it's a little different. But if you're into that kind of thing, definitely come check me out. I would love to say hi to you.
Yeah, especially our female subscribers, and some of our guy subscribers might like it too. All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody, and please join us again on our next video of Redefine Our Prime.
So wait, it wasn't scary after all?
No, Chris, you could have come.
Chris, you would have been like, it was a comedy.
I guess I should have went after all.
Yeah, you're a baby. Wait for it, though. That's actually going to be scary.
I think I'm getting sick.